Hey guys, Mars Thinking here, bringing you another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video, and today we are jumping back into the collection of epic battles for the final time to do the last mission here. This is the Planet Namek Saga run. We are running double Frieza leads here. He absolutely destroys this event. I know some people, I did see a comment of someone asking me to run the stages without the new LRs, but I figured I didn't want to do too many videos on the new stages, and I wanted to try and do no items runs for all three after we got a no items run on the first one, kind of without really trying, because if you guys have seen my video from the first run, I went into the event completely blind. And obviously that team was just so good that we managed to do it with no items. So I wanted to do the other two and just have them all three as no item runs. So obviously it makes the most sense to use double Freezers. Not the best first rotation, both the Freezers and Guldo. But yeah, we have Guldo and Raccoon here. They're easy A's. So Guldo I was a little bit worried about in potential for like the later stages. Especially with the final stage of Goku being in. But he greatly raises defense on super attack. I was kind of hoping that I would just be able to hide him, and you know, obviously the run worked out, but Raccoon is actually really good. I talked about in the video where we showed him off with his Easy A that he definitely seemed like he could be impressive, and that was on a double 120 leads team. So actually getting to use him on a proper leader skill team here, he's actually really good. Like once his stats are built up, he tanks pretty well, and obviously because we have Guldo, we have another Ginyu Force member on the team. He has the high chance to guard, so obviously that will come in useful, especially for the STR phase. But yeah, just getting our rotations set here, and we are done with Nail. So moving on to Krillin and Gohan next. Obviously we have the Int Final Form Frieza that is a really good tank as long as there's a Goku family enemy, so it makes sense to do the Gohan and Krillin fight and then just target Krillin straight away. So we still don't have this second rotation set up yet, because the first form Frieza, well Prime Battle Frieza even, is not the worst in the first spot, but especially type neutral, don't really want him taking a super. And then obviously the third form Frieza, mine is Rainbow, he does build up and gets defense with each super attack, but that means obviously on the very first turn he's not the best in slot 1. And unfortunately, not able to get enough ki with Raccoon. That's the only problem of bringing the two Ginyu Force members and then not having them like side by side, is they don't link particularly well. But I think throughout most of the run, we are pretty good at actually getting their supers. Like we get pretty lucky with some of the orb placement. But yeah, Prime Battle Frieza, big damage to Krillin. And then third form Frieza going off here, getting his additionals. Greatly raises attack each time and stacks like forever, which is great. And of course he raises his defense, but only for the turn. But yeah, when you super, like, this is 3 defense raises here, so if Gohan were to survive, like his defense is pretty high, and then he gets the level 5 dodge anyway. But yeah, double digit damage, so pretty solid. We did actually one-shot Krillin with Prime Battle Frieza, so pretty good. And then we have the chance to use the active skill here, so I feel like, you know what, might as well go ahead and use it, since the way this event is structured, obviously each fight is a different battle, so we can use the active skill in every single one, so we might as well go ahead and use it. Frieza's active skill is pretty awesome, and get rid of Gohan. Frieza with the crazy eyes, KO face. That KO screen is pretty good. I really love Goku's. Goku's one from his 18 ki, I think, is super good. I love seeing that one. But yep, done with Krillin and Gohan. Not super difficult. And then we are on to T-posing Vegeta, coming in strong. But yeah, I think we have our rotation set up now. So we have a LR full power Frieza on both rotations, and then yeah, now we have the God combo of the new Frieza with the new third form Frieza, and then of course Prime Battle Frieza in the last slot gets the buff as well because he's on sworn enemies. So this is a very strong rotation for both these LRs here, and we can get the 18 ki super with Prime Battle Frieza because he gets extra ki in slot 3, and Frieza, LR Frieza, the AGL one, you can see, like, even without there being a Goku enemy, like, he's still able to do good work here. We get the guaranteed additional super in slot 1, 3.8. Obviously, we're not doing quite as much damage if we don't crit, because that's where a lot of his damage comes from, because even his attack stat is deceptive if you're fighting a Goku, because obviously you're guaranteeing a crit, so you're always going to do big damage. But he still does pretty decent damage here against Vegeta. And then third form Frieza, obviously just need him to get as many attacks as possible. The Vegeta phase is not that long with a strong enough team. It's really the Goku where the whole thing slows down. But yeah, third form Frieza going off here. Another super, 1.7 on his attack. So yeah, of course he's going to tank for double digits. And then Prime Battle Frieza, 4.8 mil. I think he might actually be able to finish off Vegeta in the last spot here. Yeah, crit for basically 3.4 million, so he takes out Vegeta absolutely destroyed. So we're making super good time. It's only been around 5 minutes and we're getting to the final phase already. But obviously Goku probably takes just as long as the whole of the rest already by the time you get to him, because he does have 5 phases. And the last 2 have quite a bit of HP as well. But obviously this is where LR Frieza is just going to go absolutely crazy, because now we are against a Goku enemy, so we get guaranteed crits. This in final form Frieza is obviously going to be a ridiculously good tank, and I talked about this in the full power run yesterday. To get a no items run, it really benefits you having a really strong tank that you can put in slot 1, because even though the LR Frieza obviously is going to get his guaranteed super if he's in slot 1, if he takes a super before he attacks, he takes quite a lot of damage. So it's a good idea to have this Frieza in slot 1, because Goku loves throwing out slot 1 supers. He hasn't this time, but Frieza starting off strong here with a nice big attack stat. The Int final form Frieza is also a support unit when there's a Goku family enemy, as well as his own defensive ability, so he's really strong. But we'll see here from Raccoon, this is the first turn. His defense is actually pretty good straight off the bat. Of course he's going to get supered, but 275. I mean, that's kind of to be expected, I guess, from a super, but the fact that he takes 10k from a normal on the first turn, not bad, considering he is a free-to-play easy A unit. But this rotation, we kind of do have to risk putting the LR Frieza in slot 1, because the third form Frieza needs time to build up, whereas obviously the longer the event goes, LR Frieza is going to keep building up his defense, and he takes normal attacks for double digits, so we just need to be careful of not getting supered in slot 1, because obviously going for the no items run here, Frieza got supered in that first slot without any of the, like, before doing his super, we potentially would have died. But of course we get the guaranteed additional super, guaranteed crit, so the first phase of the Goku is done and out of here. A lot of the time the Ginyu Force units get pretty lucky, because they end up floating in on the third slot on like the turn where we finish off the enemy, so then we don't have to see them again for a couple of turns, and that does actually help us out in the long run. But yeah, continue to put final form Frieza in slot 1, because even with the type disadvantage, like, he takes basically no damage with his guard and everything, so with his damage reduction even, so definitely safer to put LR Frieza in the middle. And then of course, yep, here comes the super in slot 1. So on LR Frieza we're looking at easily like 150k, and yeah, even the Int Frieza can just take 30k. That's a much better trade-off. It does mean we roll the dice with the additional super attack from Frieza, because he gets a guaranteed one if he gets hit in slot 1. Otherwise it's just a 30% chance when he's in slot 2. But you saw that very high, like 7.5 million attack stats. See, sadly we didn't get the additional super, so he did do big damage. And then Prime Battle Frieza in the last spot, don't have to worry because he's not getting attacked. As we get further through the Goku event, if the Prime Battle Frieza is taking hits, I do try and get him the 12 key super, because he raises his defense on super attack. And then we have the chance to use the active skill here, but he's not attacking us in slot 1, so it probably makes the most sense to finish him off. And I wanted to go with the third form Frieza in slot 1 to get some health back, and then yeah, apparently I did decide to just fire off the active skill. But I did that first just to grab some same type orbs, because we've been going through this stage so quickly. The Dokkan gauge hasn't built up as quickly as it has in some of the other runs that we've done. So since we do have double Frieza, I think that's why I did decide in the end to use the active skill, because we have 2 Friezas, so we still have the active skill we can use. And since that rotation, a super in slot 1, neither the Frieza or the third form Frieza, like, he needs to build up, so taking a super from a physical enemy, I think it was definitely the safer play to go for the active skill there as well. So I guess that makes sense in retrospect. And then yeah, now we're just going to do big damage here. Despite, you know, on top of all the damage reduction, the final form Frieza has type advantage now as well. The worrying thing will be Guldo in the last spot there, because if we don't one-turn this Goku, then a super attack would be probably instant death to Guldo. But fortunately for us, he goes ahead, super attacks final form Frieza, so take 27k. And then, yeah, AGL, LR Frieza doesn't need to worry about type disadvantage, because we're just going to get guaranteed crit here. Yeah, 5.9 mil. And then we get the secondary super, 5.87 on his 12 key. Pretty good. With another guaranteed crit, of course. So there you go. Again, a turn where not only we got the super early on our tank, and then Guldo didn't even need to take a normal attack, because Frieza just came in and steamrolled him. So finally at the Super Saiyan. This is like the perfect timing, how this run has gone. Because we can put LR Frieza in slot 1. And we're going to get the Dokkan attack this turn. So I'm trying to get him as much key as possible here. We can get the 23 key if we go that way. So huge attack buff for him. But I decide to play this a different route and keep the STR orbs for this Frieza in the back. Because I'm not too sure if we're going to one-shot with the Dokkan attack here. This is going to be big damage though. So Dokkan attack, type advantage, guaranteed crit. 40% support unit on the rotation as well. This is my Frieza, so he's 55%. And we missed one of the nodes, so we don't have the full multiplier. But let's go ahead and fire off the Dokkan attack here. And what are we looking at for his attack stats? 6.1. So that's my 55% one. That's pretty good. And obviously that's going to be a guaranteed crit with the damage bonus from the fact that it is a Dokkan attack. And we hit 6 out of the 7. So this should be a pretty big damage number coming up here. Yeah, 9.1 million. That's pretty good. And then we get the additional as well. 5.4. 55%. Pretty good. This Frieza is absolutely insane when you're fighting against a Goku. And there we go. We get the additional normal attack as well. So he just completely finishes him off. Obviously, that huge damage from the Dokkan attack means we get a full heal. And now we are here in the final phase for this Goku. So I think the friend one is... I can't remember how many dupes the friend one has. Because obviously this was recorded, I think, like 2 days before I'm now recording the commentary. So I can't remember how many dupes the friend has. But the friend's got support here from the final form Frieza. So we should see a pretty big number from him at this point. And then, yeah, we get supered on final form Frieza. So again, this is exactly what we want. Just get our tank to get supered. And we come out fine the other side. Still 64k though. I mean, you can see how this final Goku definitely hits pretty hard. Even the normal attacks weren't doing double-digit damage. So, but yeah, 6.4 million on the friend Frieza here. Taking the chance in slot 2, of course, with the additionals. But we do get the additional 12 key here, 5.3. So, fairly consistent numbers, because obviously Frieza raises his defense on his 18 key, and because he links so well with everybody else on the team, it's really easy to get his 18 key super. So, a lot of the time your attack stat's not going to be built up as high, unless you are, of course, deliberately trying to get those 12 key supers early on. We've gotten unlucky a couple of times where we've had him in slot 2 and he hasn't got the additional super, but still putting out pretty respectable attack stats. And then, yeah, this is going to be the final turn. Pretty confident that we were going to be all good here, because even if the Goku Super's in slot 1, we've got basically full HP. So the LR Frieza should have survived, but no super. And we get just shy of a 6 million attack stat. And this is going to be pretty close to being all she wrote. Didn't quite get it, but we get the guaranteed additional. And that's the thing, with these LRs doing Mega Colossal on their 12 key as well, like their follow-up super attacks hit almost as hard. Like, They do great damage, and yeah, the guaranteed KO, guaranteed crit means the KO. So there you go. That was the Namek Saga only mission beaten with no items. I assume when the next stage drops and it's all super types, it's going to be 3 all extreme type enemies. It will be 3 different super type categories, including the new Goku one. So I will try and do no item runs for those as well. So there you go. That is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Master Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Check out the box down below for the Discord and the merch store, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.